Yo, what's good campers, it's your boy Beezy. Today I just wanted to, this video, I wanted to explain what happened recently. You have heard me talk about the fact that I've mentioned that I had a car crash recently, and I did say I'd go over the details in a video. So I just wanted to let you guys know, because, you know, it also is the reason at the moment why I'm not live streaming or whatnot, because I am still in a little bit of pain. Well, I say a little bit, but I am in quite a lot of pain, and I'm currently going doctors and arranging physio and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a little while before I'm 100%, but you know, the main thing is no serious injuries. So what I've done, for those of you who don't know, since the whole period of time where I've been moving house, I did actually take Hyperion up to rank 5. So Hyperion is my second rank 5 5-star. So what I done was I went through Realm of Legends, just done some gameplay. I wanted to see how far I could get, just kind of mucking around really. So I'll leave that in the background while I'm telling you the story about what happened with the car crash. So I am going to start from the sort of build up to things. So as you guys know, we've been moving house, and it's literally been a case of you know, we had people doing removal work and whatnot, trying to help us move. And you know, I think we had 4 different companies helping, and the first 2 that we experienced wasn't really much help. We had 2 guys come and basically not do any of the work. They just said basically it was too much stuff. And then we had another guy come as a 2-man team, and his friend left him in the middle of the job. So, you know, the 3rd and 4th time experience that we had wasn't too bad, but obviously, as you can imagine, because the first 2 times was kind of a flop, obviously we were left in a situation where, you know, there was a lot of stuff to bring and not much time to move them. So I ended up sort of going back and forth between the 2 houses to try and move some stuff myself. And as you guys know, obviously, you know, I have quite a bad back issue. The more I do, the worse it gets. So, you know, traveling back and forth, you know, I was trying my hardest not to lift anything too heavy, but I guess even though I wasn't necessarily lifting anything like really heavy, just lifting a certain amount of things, obviously a certain amount of times, obviously just probably built up and just caused my back to get sort of worse and worse and worse. You know, taking medication and taking my tablets, not knowing how bad it actually was. You know, it then got to the day before, basically the night before, we had to be out of the old place. So you know, obviously we were running for time, didn't have much left. I think we had about 7 boxes left. So you know, we were doing really well, and the kids were at my dad's. We needed to pick them up, as it was a Sunday evening. So I was on my way to pick up the kids from my dad's. Got there, picked them up, everything was fine. So driving back home, it was probably about just before midnight, and was driving back. The drive is about 20 to 30 minute drive. It got to the point where I was about 5 to 10 minutes away from home, and I felt a sharp pain in my back, and literally, like, as soon as the pain hit me, I've tried to sort of, I've tried to basically just push my foot down on the brake. Didn't push my foot down on the brake, pushed my foot down on the accelerator, and basically just went head on into a car that was parked. It was a bit of a nightmare, if I'm being honest with you. It was an experience that I don't wish upon anybody, man. I mean, having the crash, I mean, first things first, after the impact, first of all, the vehicle that I hit was parked, so the road that I had the accident on, it kind of curves around to the right, and obviously, being in the instant pain that I was in, I literally couldn't control the vehicle, and literally I've just smashed into a car that was parked, and literally, obviously, thankfully there was, because obviously it wasn't a head-on collision with another car coming the other way. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be here today talking to you guys. So you know, it was me going into so I hit a parked vehicle. At the time of the impact, I tried to sort of move. I couldn't move because of my back. The kids were crying in the car. I was trying to ask everyone if they were all okay. And then instantly I turned and I kind of felt the release of my back. So I instantly got out of the car, went all around the car to see if all the kids were okay. I then went and picked up my youngest child, my 1-year-old son. Picked him up, he was all okay and fine. And then my 2-year-old daughter was crying. There was a lot of people that came out of their houses and stuff. You know, one lady asked me if I wanted her to hold my son so that I can pick up my daughter. So she helped me out quite a lot. She held my son, and I picked up my daughter. My daughter had blood on her face or whatnot. She had a massive lump on her head over here, and yeah, it was horrible, man. It was horrible. Like, you know, like the image of like all of the kids just being in the car and, you know, sort of them all in tears or whatnot. It was horrible. It was like it made me cry. Do you know what I mean? I was just in tears and like was just worried and, you know, didn't know what to do. And basically it was just a case of, you know, there was so much people asking so much questions and so many people was in my face. It was just literally a case of like, you know, not knowing what to do. And then basically you know, obviously outside of me obviously making sure all the kids are okay, I mean, people are asking me if I've called an ambulance, if I've done this, I've done that, and, you know, obviously my main focus was just make sure all my kids were alright. You know, people were bringing down water, drinks, blankets, all sorts, and someone called the ambulance for me. Sort of, we brought there was like a 24-hour cab service basically close to the crash. And basically they allowed us to kind of stay in there until the ambulance came. Yeah, and then basically the ambulance came. My older 2 children were fine. My youngest child was fine. They were a bit concerned about my 2-year-old because she had the lump on her forehead and the sort of blood around her mouth area. It wasn't clear as to what actually caused her to bleed or whatnot, because everybody was in their car seats and whatnot. Everybody had their seatbelts on, so I wasn't aware of what actually caused her to have a lump on her head or whatever. So we think something may have hit her in the car. Also, her car seat malfunctioned. Well, not malfunctioned, but her car seat after the crash and whatnot, when obviously we were collecting stuff from the old cars or whatnot, I realised her car seat's actually been pushed out, so it actually can't push back in anymore. I'm not sure if that was from the impact of the crash or what, but I'm not sure if that popped out and led her to hit her head on the passenger seat. I don't know. She was secure in her car seat when I got out and I took her out of the car, so I'm not sure whether something was just loose and something hit her on the impact of the crash or what. But yeah, I mean, that's mainly what happened. I mean, we spent about 9 hours in hospital, and, you know, and they wasn't too concerned. They said that everybody should be fine with just you know, with just a few weeks rest, and if anything was to get worse, then we would return to the hospital and bring the kids back to the hospital. Sorry, that's my little girl now. I assume she's just finished her lunch. Give me 1 second. Right, sorry, apologies for that, guys. My daughter was crying downstairs because she wanted to come upstairs to where I was, bless her heart. So yeah, so I mean, to cut a long story short, man, everyone's okay. No one had any serious injuries. I think the person that probably came worst off sort of from looks and, you know, how serious the injuries were probably my daughter. Obviously, as any of you guys know, when any of your kids are injured or hurt or whatnot, you know, you think the worst and you want to make sure that they're all okay. So thank God that all of the children are okay. You know, it's taken so long for me to be able to think about the situation without sort of ending up in tears and whatnot, because when it first happened, all I could think about and see in my head was the image of all my kids just screaming in the car. So it's taken a while to get to a point where I can talk about this and whatnot without ending up in tears and stuff like that. But you know, the main thing is that kids are alright, and, you know, we're all alive. So unfortunately the car was a write-off, so gotta try and get a new car and stuff like that, which obviously, as you guys can imagine, it's not easy and it's not cheap. So, you know, but you know, we're just trying to take things step by step and whatnot, and see how things go, man. So yeah, so with me, I kind of got injuries to my back, my left hand, my left leg, my elbow. There was a cut on my elbow, and my lower stomach where my seatbelt was, across my chest where my seatbelt was, the back of my neck. But yeah, and just, you know, I find that I'm in pain. I can't do too much when I try to do certain things, like a little thing, like if I'm washing up the dishes. After doing that, like, I'll just feel a lot of pain just from standing up for such a long period of time and things like that. So it's gonna take me a while to get to a point where things can turn it down, please, baby. My daughter's watching SpongeBob on her iPad. But yeah, man, so it's gonna take a while before I get to a point where I'm, you know, back to normal and back to full health and whatnot. So that's the reason why I'm not really streaming too much at the moment, because I can't really sit down here for a long period of time. So it's not too bad doing videos, because obviously I can take my time editing them and I don't have to do everything in one go. But yeah, man, you know, your boy's still obviously active in the game and stuff like that. But you know, I promise you guys, the moment that I do, you know, feel up for live streaming and can, you know, manage to do a stream, feeling okay, then I will definitely do that, man. And the last thing I want to say is thank you guys all so much. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then you would have seen my post about hitting 5k subs. But if you don't follow me on Twitter, I just want to send a massive shout out to all of you guys, all the campers that have supported me from day one, the guys that have been on the channel from and just still showed support even when I go silent or I go missing. I don't really go silent. If you guys follow me on Twitter, then whenever you don't see me posting, you'll always know the reason why. But for you guys that don't have Twitter or don't follow me on Twitter, you guys will obviously be thinking, hold on a minute, why don't this guy upload videos anymore? He's gone missing or whatnot. So you know, but obviously you still stayed, you still showed your support, you still waited for the day that I might upload a video again. So I just want to send a massive shout out to all you guys, man, because if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to reach our goal. Our goal for the end of 2018 was to get 5k subs, and we've managed to do that just hitting August in 2018. So I just want to see how much subs we can get between now and the end of the year, and then, you know, we'll look at our goals or whatnot, and yeah, man, we'll set some goals for next year. So but yeah, man, big shout out to all of you guys, man. Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, man, one last thing to say is big shout out to Angel, man, because without Angel, me being a content creator, man, it wouldn't have happened. You know, we've had so much roadblocks, like, you know, from the beginning, starting the channel, and, you know, it's changed so much from what the original plan was. And, you know, little things like the equipment that we got to start out with, like, and, you know, like using stuff and stuff not being compatible and having to get this and having to do research and doing this and that. And, you know, Angel has played a massive part of that, man. And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here, man. So thank you all so much, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love you guys all, man. And I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.